And we are live at this point. Welcome everybody. It's the Elsewhere podcast on what is today? Tuesday, I think. Yeah, Tuesday. But we are here tonight. I'm here tonight with the Post Profit, who are an amazing band. Their music is fire. If you haven't heard it, where the hell have you been? I've been posting it. Um, but yeah, they're here, and actually, we have, if I'm not mistaken, we have Matt and Nick.
Yes.
What's up? What's up?
Hey, how y'all doing?
How you doing?
It is Tuesday, right?
It is a
It is a Tuesday. I thought the same thing earlier.
It is the Mondayest Tuesday ever.
Yeah,
Yeah, no kidding.
it's just Monday 2.
Monday squared.
Monday part 2.
Uh, no, it's just been you work all day and then you get off work and you're like, okay, kids and dinner, and then it's like, okay, 7 o'clock. So I'm watching my watch, like, okay, what time is it? Do I have time for this? Do I have time for that? Because my boss would love it if I worked until like, I don't know, 10 o'clock tonight, but I'm not doing that. So anyway, honestly, I appreciate you guys coming through for this.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
I know that some people have clicked on the links that I posted. Some people have checked out your music. I know some people have caught you in some of the lives where I've requested it, where it's been reacted to. So I know a couple people are aware of what you guys do. I actually found, for everybody, I found them on Instagram, but I found you guys through Fear of Water.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's we just kind of started talking to him on Instagram a little bit, and he shared our music. That was super dope.
That was
I
awesome.
think doesn't he drum tech for Nothing More?
Yes, they're on tour right now. Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's on tour with
Yeah.
Nothing More right now. We just saw them the other night, and they were so fucking amazing.
Stole the show.
And see, that's the thing, is that's how this works. I don't know how much you guys probably don't know as much about our community as I do, because I started it, so that made no sense. But anyway, um, basically, the entirety of this community, pretty much every single person here is here to support. They're here to support, especially independent artists. That's a huge deal. Reactors, content creators, authors. We talk to authors, producers, people who do, any kind of, content creation of any form, really.
Mm-hmm.
And to support, to share, show love, show up for it, meet, and they love coming here to meet new artists. And my biggest thing is to network, right? So I spend a specific amount of time. It's not plotted like 32 minutes, but I make an effort every single day, at least once, if not twice a day, to kind of do a little scrolling and see who other people that I fuck with are fucking with. And
Yeah,
Yeah, for sure.
then I go
We're
check.
music junkies, so we do that on the daily.
Yeah. I mean, that's the thing, though, is that it's like, that's how you meet good people. Because if you have people, for example, in this community who like good music, right? And we all kind of resonate together, we all kind of rock together. So they say, hey, check this one out. Well, you can bet your ass I'm going to go look, right? So it's the
Yeah.
same with, I found Fear of Water not through anyone else. It was actually, I think, a sponsored ad or something on Instagram. And I started talking. And then I saw the story where it's like, hey, Texas. And I'm like, fuck yeah, Texas, let's go. I was all excited. So I was like, I gotta check them out. So I did. And the second I heard your music, I went right back to my 18, 19, 20-year-old self from the sound. I was like, oh, that's like, the gold for me. The 90s, late 90s, early 90s are the golden age of music. I don't care what anybody else has to say.
I agree with you.
it just hit different.
It
It
did.
hit.
It's something that you can't like. You can try to recreate it, but you can't. It was just something different about that time.
Yeah, we're just bringing elements of it to trying to do something modern with that. And just kind of
We really
it's familiar, but it's interesting. So I think
It probably helps that we listen to a lot of that stuff.
Yeah.
Like that and early 2000s, like
Yep.
all that shit. Like I agree because we were in the 2000s era, but we were still around for the 90s. So don't get it twisted.
Well, I mean, I was middle school. I'm in 39, so I hit my middle school slash elementary, middle, and high, pretty much high school in the 90s. And so the music for me was everything. But then, you know, it started getting a little bit wavy and a little bit weird. It kind of started to, but like
Yeah.
only on the outskirts a little bit. Everything kind of started sounding the same. Everything was more accessible. You couldn't just go to the store and get your CDs anymore. You didn't have the big CD. Streaming started, like all of that, and hand to God, I think it ruined music, but that's me. However, it gave people a platform to be able to push their music who might not have had the opportunity, let's say in the 90s, to be discovered. Now there's an opportunity for people to be seen by a huge audience internationally without having to be under a label and without having to be discovered or get their one break, their one chance, right?
Yeah, and honestly, like it's crazy thinking about that. I've had me and Nick have had these conversations throughout because people have, like they said, like y'all said, that they've hear like the old 90s or 2000s nostalgic sound or whatever, and just kind of looking at where it was and where it is now. It's now like it's like a, I guess you could say it's like a catch 22. Like there's good positive things out of the way it is now, but there also are some negative things, and so it's way harder to do, like to get recognized these
Yeah,
days.
and as a band that's just exactly like you said, we've been solely just using the internet, and I mean, we don't have a label. We're independent as fuck. We recorded our whole record in our bedroom, basically. You know what I mean?
That's
So
Yeah.
that's what I mean. You know, for what it's worth, that's what I like to hear. That's awesome. I know
but
that.
it is hard that way. I mean, it feels like as an independent band dealing with that, it feels like it's like there's that level that it's hard to get. We're like at a plateau in a way. So,
Of
and
course.
even just the past like week, I mean, we're gearing up for new music. We're finishing up some demos for a new record that we're going to be working on really soon. I mean, it's coming up, so we're trying to scramble to figure out, okay, how, like, are we gonna do this independent thing again? Are we gonna try to find a label? How do you find a label?
It's the world is
It's
so different these days in the music industry with it changing so frequently. So now it's just like we're so green in that area, and we're learning a lot of things, and it honestly took us pretty much our whole band career to be learning this shit. It took us 3 years to record, write, and produce the album.
If you're not learning, you're dead.
Pretty much, yep.
yep.
I mean,
And I
honestly,
mean,
you can't. I
it's
mean,
just
I know an insanely amazing artist, Rachel Geek. She just I was talking to her a little bit ago, a couple hours ago, and she's talking about how she's not completely stepping back from music, but she's taking a break because she's learning from this master like producer or like sound technic or some sound person. She does live looping. She plays all kinds of instruments. She does rap. She sings. She does all this stuff, like on the fly. It's ridiculous. But she's taken a step back because she wants to learn and just to hone her craft. So if you're not learning, I mean, you're dead in the water.
Yeah, the whole just music industry in general, music in general, it's all learning.
I mean,
Much.
yeah, dude. If as an independent band, you're not just a band. You're like, you now have to do
Everything.
the things that bands in the '90s may have had. Their labels giving them help, media marketing,
Yeah.
recording studio, distributor. Like that's all on you. And if you don't know how to do that shit, then
It gets a little.
we don't know how to. I mean, and I'm not saying we know how to do that shit.
We don't know how to do
We
that.
don't
shit.
know how to do that shit.
So he was talking about us as an example.
Yeah,
just
like
for anybody.
if you're like us and you don't know how to do that shit, there's so much to learn. It's too much for the average band. I mean, you have some exceptions of bands that they have that one person in the band
that knows what the fuck they're doing and gets down
Yeah.
on it.
A fucking ad wizard or something. They can just make an ad that's just the most effective thing ever. We actually know a guy that he did an ad that was so effective that Facebook called him and they were like, "How did you do that?"
Oh, nice.
It's
Well-
I mean, we're not those guys, so I
Well-
mean,
No,
I would think a dynamic of being in a band versus, let's say you were an independent, one single person, right? The dynamic of being in a band is not only you have your equipment, you've got, to coordinate between everybody. Like, there's a lot of coordination and stuff that you guys got to do. And a lot of times I've noticed that people that are in bands, I'm not saying that anyone else doesn't, so nobody out there in the universe take this the wrong way, but in a band, it's kind of like you guys get together and you just want to rock the fuck out. Like, you just what you want to do. And so having to do all the logistics and all of this, that, it is sometimes a little bit better to have someone at least taking care of that portion of it. But you guys have gotten pretty damn far for apparently not knowing anything.
I agree. That's. I mean, we have good sense of where we want to be. We just don't necessarily know like how
we got to the point, and now we're on that level of the video game where you kind of need some help, and
you got to go look up the cheat codes hit up your friends and be like, "Hey, can you come over and get this for me?"
Well, I'll be honest with you. I have an idea that might help you guys. I don't know. I'll hook it up and we'll see if that helps, or if it doesn't, it is what it is. I think, and chat, tell me if I'm wrong, I think that you guys need to talk to 307 Reacts, because they not only have a successful YouTube channel, a reaction channel, they do music as well. Matt just released another drum cover. And on top of that, they actually have a record label it's for local bands. They're in, I think, Wyoming. I always get it wrong. It's the W. Washington, Wyoming, or Wisconsin. I think Wyoming. Casper, wherever that's at.
I have no idea where Casper is.
Yeah, I don't either.
I know he was in the movie, but I don't know where he is.
But no, they actually have a record label. But what it is they help the bands do all of that stuff. But when they go on tour, that's the only time they get anything back. Okay, so they don't charge anybody for all of that. And they're super supportive, and they help anybody that needs help. They're amazing people. Love them to pieces. But some of that stuff that you guys aren't sure about, that, you talk in the band speak, they speak band speak, right? It's a language that I'm not completely fluent in. But you could say, that thing that you do that thing. They're like, oh, yeah, this is what you should try. Or try this. Or, my exhorter does that. Or, whoever.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, that's an idea.
I mean, we'll definitely look into it. Thank you for that. Fuck yeah.
I can have Chris reach out to you. But it's just a thought, because that's what the community's for. If there's something that you need, or I need, or whoever, you just find somebody that might know and say, hey, do you know this? No? Do you know someone who does? Cool. And that's just the network,
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's how it should be. Online, there's success for everybody. There's enough space for everyone to be successful.
Oh, yeah.
And, giving knowledge to anyone else is not going to hurt anybody. So.
If anything, we need to be doing more of that, helping people out, especially with the way things are going in the world right now. Everybody needs to help each other, and we all want the same thing. We all want to play music in front of however many people, and just
there's no need to gatekeep or anything like that. Not that that's really what's happening. It's just it can feel like that sometimes. It's
no, of course, because there's
a part of it.
There's knowledge that you guys need that you don't have access to, and until you get, you can unlock it, you're kind of stuck. But just, hey, if someone else that I know knows it, then I'm gonna hook you up. And even if it doesn't help, why not try, right?
Yeah, we do not have security clearance for that information yet. We're working to that.
Your princess is another castle. It's
But I mean, like our kind of like our drive and the things that keep us moving. It's just we want to just keep making good music. No matter what really happens, that's really what it's about for us. I mean, I feel that every person that follows Post Profit and listens to our music, that if our music means something to them, that's the reason we do this. I mean,
yeah. No,
it's been cool. It's been cool, like hearing people at our shows talk about and really go in depth into talking about like how this song got them through whatever they were going through, and coming, being the person, that being the people that write the song and have the initial thought for it, and when you hear somebody else's viewpoint on it, it's really cool, because it's like I never thought of it that way, and it's crazy, and I feel like the songs we play when we hear stories end up having like different / deeper meanings more than what we thought it was going to be, and so I think it's really cool that happens.
No, absolutely. It's like almost everybody seems to be the catalyst of the moment that you feel like you're making a difference, that you're doing something, is the moment that you get that person who says, being at your show, hearing your song, watching your video, whatever they, insert whatever there, changed my day, my life, my week, my outlook, anything, that it resonated with someone to the point where they're never going to forget that because it mattered, right? That's like that moment where you're doing the right thing.
Yeah.
You got something good.
It was at this moment that we knew we didn't suck.
I was gonna say, if like every time that somebody's like, you changed my world forever, I can never unhear that.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy hearing that, honestly. And we've gotten some pretty cool stories. I don't remember them right now, but and I'm pretty sure I will if we ever get on a deeper version of the topic. But
right, I get it. Yeah, just for conversation's sake, how long have you guys been a band? Like, have all of you guys been together the entire time? Did it start with a couple and added more? How did that work?
So it's it's actually funny how it's actually came out. So first of all, we've been a band for a little over 5 years. It was 5 years on 4th of July. And we were actually playing together before that. Well, me and Zach, our drummer, known each other our whole lives, and he was like the first human being I met outside of family, and so we were playing music. And then we connected back after doing high school and college, and he actually pointed me to Nick, and we all started doing these jams in our hometown, open jams on like Sundays from like 9 to 2 in the morning, and then having to go to work the next day. And we just kept jamming, and then started coming over to the house, and I think like 2 practices in, 2 jams in, we're all like, you want to do this for real? And so it actually worked out great. And
yeah, and I had a roommate, his name was Cord, and he was our first bass player. And
yeah, Jordan is actually our third bass player.
Yeah, Jordan's our third bassist. And Matt's dad was actually my principal in high school. So,
it's crazy how all of it like intertwined somehow. Like it's crazy.
He saved my ass a couple times.
And then he actually, well, not him, but me and Jordan actually went to college together. We were music majors at college, and I actually dropped out to be in a band. So here we are.
Well, you're obviously doing something right.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, because but this like you guys kind of seem to be really, you mesh together really well. The way even you guys speak, it's not like you're not fighting each other to speak. You guys kind of have like an easy dynamic going on. For what that's worth, like you can tell that you guys get along, which is important.
It's very important.
I mean,
Super
otherwise, you might be on a
important.
different show at that point, Battle of the Bands, but not in the way you think. Like,
we're like right now we're trying to just fully dive into the band, and me and Matt for the past year, we've been doing music full time. We've only been doing music. Well, the last job that we had was we worked at a Halloween store. We were like selling Halloween costumes and shit.
Working from like what 8 or 9 in the morning.
It was like barely even a real job, but
it helped us get through at the time.
Hey.
So we've been producing bands. We've been doing mixing and remote stuff like that, and just making our money doing what we're actually,
what we love.
what we actually like to do.
Yeah, instead of
I think we're pretty
digging
good at it.
holes, and we've been through some crazy ass jobs. Okay?
Yeah, we've literally worked garbage jobs just to keep this thing going. And
we did foundation repair for like what, a year or so.
Yeah, crawling under houses
in little white suits, and I think that was the inspiration of the white suits for When You Think It's Right music video. But
spiders and shit.
No, hell
all
no.
kinds of shit.
Well,
Yeah.
I think it's kind of cool that you guys did it together. I think to me that's hilarious because you're like your own little team. You could just go out and be like, "Hey."
We did foundation repair together. We've made pizzas together.
We've what else have we done?
We
polished trailers.
Yeah, that was one of the hardest jobs. Me and Matt were
we had to opt out on that one after a while. We were like,
we were polishing vintage Airstream trailers, like old shit, and they're like aluminum, and you basically polish this shit, and it gets all over your skin. Just
and
black.
Your hands are like shaky after you're done because it's just vibrating the whole time.
That sounds like a good time.
I mean, no, it isn't.
Metal polishing. It's like modern day chimney sweeping.
Pretty much.
So anytime I'm doing my billing job that I do, and I'm like, God, this job sucks, I could turn around and go, at least I'm not polishing Airstreams.
Yeah.
There you go.
We did some plumbing.
Yeah, we have done plumbing. Holy shit.
Yeah, we've done like just.
I worked doing where was it at? Air conditioning. I worked at a fertilizer plant.
Ooh.
Yeah, that was a warehouse. It was a warehouse.
And the whole time we're doing that, like we're trying to come home and work on the record, and
we literally got in trouble at work because we'd all be texting each other like, okay, we need to do this, okay, let's do this whenever. Is everybody good? Like it was a hassle. And so
trying to book shows and make plans and do that and also have a full-time job, it's like, how the fuck are you gonna
the worst part about it is that we were doing all that. I mean, we worked a few jobs after COVID, but before COVID, we were literally playing 5 to 7 days a week, like consistently, just going and going while working on top of that. And I tell you, as soon as COVID hit and we started playing shows after COVID was lightening up, I was out of shape, like heavily out of shape. It's funny. It's funny. We were talking about my job in Gladewater. My buddy that works there just texted me.
Well, so that's something I respect about people in general. Anybody that's trying to make it in any way, shape, or form is, and I say this all the time, it's the hustle. I actually truly respect the grind, the hustle. You know, I don't think that anybody is going to, you can't, and I've said this many times before, you can't, like, some people will just lay down a track, they will drop it that day, they'll half-ass mix it, like, sort of, kind of, maybe, and they pretty much suck, and they're just going to drop the track and then say, okay, somebody come find it, come on, and they just sit there and then they bitch about how they're not doing anything. And then you have people, which I really respect, is that they're hustling, they're promoting themselves, they're out there, you know, playing shows, they're out there jumping on festivals, plus they're working a job because they got to make ends meet. They're doing, guys say you're doing producing and mixing, you're doing all this stuff in the industry itself, plus, you know, making it work, pushing your own music. That means everything, because the moment that you actually, I'm not saying, because I mean, you actually you're doing pretty well, like, compared to some, to be honest.
We're doing all right. I mean,
I'm just saying, like
aware of kind of where we're sitting.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're definitely above where we used to be as just a little old rinky-dink local band playing, you know, cover gigs at the bar every Sunday night. You know, we're miles from that, but we're also really far away from the big dogs, you know, are what I would consider like a band like Nothing More, for instance. You know, just we still have a lot of work to do, but I think, you know, I mean, I really believe
it's all in the longevity of it.
Yeah, I mean, if we just
I think that really sets apart like true like artists from the fakers. The
Yeah.
fakers are the ones that are like, oh, you get it quick, and sometimes it works and you get it quick, but the downfall is like way quicker, and just the longevity of it and really just having that progression go through. I mean, it's honestly like we're getting there, but all the stuff that's happened to get us to this point, I definitely like am reminded of every day. So
Yeah, and I looked at our Facebook, and we have like 10,000 followers on Facebook, and
I remember when we made a shout out on Facebook about our first 1,000 or our first 100.
We were excited when we had 100 followers on our page.
Hey, I'm in that grind. I hear you.
Yeah.
I'm in that grind. And but that's the thing though, is that I know at some point, and this sounds bad, but it's a fact. At some point, the onesie twosies aren't going to be noticed, right? I'm at 25 and I get to 27. I'm like, woohoo, right? You go crazy over it, but you're at 5,000 and you get a onesie twosie. It's like, because your next milestone is so much higher. It takes so much more. And so that's why I want to, and my Discord knows I love celebrating any of the milestones that I hit. I try to celebrate them because it means the world. And the cool part is, see, I don't do reactions, and I also don't make music. I'm not an artist. This is what I do. I talk to people. So if I have the amount of subscribers that I have, and they come back, they pay attention, they're interested, they're engaged, right? That means more to me than someone who's like, well, if you have this one person on that one time, I'll watch that, but everything else I don't care about. Because, I don't have like music or something that they can go back and like stream or listen to, or you know what I'm saying? I don't have that. So I know my progress is slow, but when you hit these milestones, they matter, because at some point you might have millions and millions or hundreds of thousands, whatever. And then, when you get 2 people that click on it because they like it, will you notice? No offense to anybody, but you probably won't. I know I probably wouldn't at that point, just because.
Unless you get updates.
True.
That's about it, though.
Well, I would love to challenge people to respond to all the messages that they get when they have that many followers. Good luck. Have fun with that.
We literally try our best to message everybody back, and even at our level, which is not very big, but even at that level, it is consuming, and it takes more than one person to stay on, to responding to people and comments, making posts, everything. It's a lot of work. So we grind for our followers, and we try to make stuff that we think that they would like. I don't know. We make random shit. We make funny shit. We make serious shit. It's a blend, but we're just I don't know.
Well, I love the music, to be honest. And like I said, it always throws me right back. It's kind of nostalgic, but not. I don't know how else to put that. Where it reminds me of the music I loved listening to, but yet it's not the same. So, it's not like my brain just stopped right there. My Darkest Days. You're not My Darkest Days playing a cover of their song in the exact same way that they did it. And I'm like, ooh, that sounds like them, because, oh, wait, it kind of sort of might as well be. It's literally like there's just it feels a certain type of way.
Yeah.
But it's completely different and unique, which I love. Do you get the same response like when you're on stage?
Yeah, we do. We definitely.
Yeah, we're pretty much, live shows is our bread and butter. Right?
Yeah, we started off. We grew up on live shows,
just like mommy. Live rock shows. That's how we grew up. That's how we grew this band up, on live rock, and we were playing shows before we even had our first song out. Yeah, pretty much everything that we've ever accomplished or done, for the most part, save the Twitch competitions and things like that, has all been just off of pretty much live shows and like word of mouth and stuff. Because like we said, we're not really the best at social media. We try, but if it weren't for live shows, we would only have like 100 followers still.
But there goes Champagne. She says, sadly, live bands with instruments are becoming extinct. Love when I find real bands. And that's true, because all they got to do is push a button and they get the same sounds, but it doesn't feel the same. It's not the same. I don't care what anybody says. I don't care how cool your system is. I don't care how great your soundboard is. I don't care how great you can mix it. It's not the same.
Not the same.
No.
There's a real authentic feel of hair sweeping, like
four sweaty dudes.
One swinging his guitar around, the other sweeping his hair across the ceiling. The other one, just poofy hair going back and forth.
You know, that's doesn't get any better than that. Four sweaty guys jumping around on stage.
Sign me up. I'm here. I'm just kidding.
Yeah.
I mean, it's our bread and butter, and it's like we have watched all of like our favorite bands, even in like the 90s and 2000s, like, and watch their live videos and watch them go off. And even some bands still to this day, like even modern bands, like still kicking ass live. Like,
yeah.
That's one thing I love, and I admire anybody that.
We're sticklers for a good live performance.
Yeah.
See, I'm weird about this because I actually had this discussion not like a week ago. I'm really picky. I think live bands, right? There's a big difference between your tied up with a ribbon on it album type track, right? It should be crispy. It should be good. It should sound nice. You know, it should be all wrapped up with a bow. However, a live performance, it can go 10 different ways. It can have technical difficulties. It can be fun. You can change words. It's that dynamic. I do not personally watch live performances on, like, for example, YouTube. Because if I want the live experience, I want to go. It just doesn't hit me the same watching it as it is being there.
Yeah. And I think that's where a lot of people, I think that's for a lot of people, because whenever the pandemic was hitting and people were doing live streams and everything, and it wasn't like, it was getting good response, but it wasn't getting the response that, you know, anybody really wanted, because it's like, I'd rather just be there so I could just fucking stage dive and, you know, get in the pit and everything, instead of just watching it and moshing in my living room, which, I mean, that's fun too, but not near as fun as doing it with, you know, however many other people who were there that you don't even know having a good time.
Well, half of a live show, being physically there at a live show, is being there with other people who like the same music and are rocking with the same people who are sitting there getting all excited and hyped up just like you are, right?
Yeah.
It's that it's a whole mob mentality in a positive way. Right? Well, it can go negative. We've seen that on the news.
Yeah.
But it's a whole thing, right? When there's the mosh pit. I don't know why that just reminded me of, oh my God, Jared, you might remember. There's one song, Witch Doctor, where by Destat, I think, where they're in a circle and they're like moshing in a circle. And it's the craziest. And then it goes up in the air. And I'm like, wow, I don't think they actually did that in person. But that would be cool to see in person. Like it kind of like lifts up, like their circle, like it's smaller, and then for some reason it's like 3D up off the ground. It's all people. I'm like, but wait a minute, how are they? Blew my mind. A good time, but that's a whole dynamic. Like if I'm gonna listen to it not on the radio. I literally don't listen to the radio.
We don't either.
I stopped quite a while ago. I don't watch the news. I don't listen to the radio. And I don't click on shit that I don't know unless somebody recommends it. So,
that's smart though, because there's hackers and everything out there these days. It's crazy these days.
Even my friends know not to send me links. I'm like, what is this? Is this really you? Prove it.
Is this really you? I don't care if it's really me or not.
They're like, it's just the video I told you about. Like, I don't care. Don't send me links.
Only links I want are to badass music videos and songs.
We get like 50 to 100 a week on TikTok. It's just like fake, like bots and like weird. Hi, I'm single and like all.
Hi, I'm single. I'm like, hi, I don't give a fuck?
I
My
get the
least-
"let me be your sugar daddy." I get those, and I post them in my
Yeah, yeah.
Discord.
What?
I
I've
post them.
gotten sugar mama ones like ever since because my Instagram got hacked while we were on tour earlier this year,
Oh,
and it was like in the middle of the tour, like, and I wake up the next morning, and next thing you know, I can't get into my Instagram, and so like whenever I made my new Instagram, like all these like bot ass sugar mamas start hitting me up. Dude, it's so fucking weird. And they always talking like this weird, broken fucking language.
Matt was sending pictures of people of Range Rovers and like shit like that, and like saying he was a Bitcoin crypto trader, and like everybody's messaging me. They're like, "Hey man, is Matt really a Bitcoin like crypto trader?"
And I'm like, do you really think that I'm into big? You think I got time for that shit? Like, come on. I got hit up like while we were on the road to the next show. I think about like 30 times by 30 different people. Like, is this you? And I'm like, no, really, Bitcoin me? Come on now.
Range Rover, yeah, I bought a
Range-
Range Rover.
I want a Range Rover for real, but I'm not gonna just sit there and post it like I got a Range Rover.
I mean, honestly, I get them and I post them in my Discord, and we all laugh about it. I mean, I had one that he was like, no naked pictures necessary. Just be my friend. 7,000. I'm like, well, I might, that's actually not a bad deal. I was like,
Now that's something we might be able to work out.
that's worth getting spammed for. I mean,
Yeah,
but
you
I
can
get
steal
them.
my identity, but
I got spam. We got spam for that. We got spam for OnlyFans,
ooh, Illuminati.
Illuminati.
You can join the Illuminati.
What else?
It's like
What's it like? Does
$100
it?
to join.
Well,
It's
I mean,
$100 to join the Illuminati. Apparently,
it's that or Scientology. So I mean, I think you have to pick a club. I think you have to pick one. I mean,
Yeah, you get those TikTok messages. They're like, we are part of the Illuminati. We can make you rich and famous. All you have to do is like click this link, and then obviously we all know what happens next.
It was at this moment that you knew.
Next thing you know, you're selling cryptocurrency and you're a Bitcoin trader. So
and a sugar baby,
And
whatever.
a sugar baby. Yep.
this is real. This trading. No, he said this
Trading is real.
It's like the fakest looking thing you've ever seen.
Oh, I was like, dude, I literally messaged myself and it was like, yo, dude, what the fuck's going on, man?
Be like, could I please just
Trying to have a conversation with me. I'm like, how are you trying to have a conversation with me when I'm you? Weird shit. I don't know. That was a weird conversation to have with myself.
Well, it was just on that same thread, kind of. My mother, she used to constantly get these bot calls. I think for something about her car's extended warranty. So she saved it in her phone, and she used to trip me out because she'd be like, I'm like, who is calling you all the time? She's like, it's my friend Rachel. It's Rachel. I'm like, who's Rachel? She's like, she's really trying to get me a good deal. She's
Oh,
no, she's fucking with me. She was fucking with me. She knew better. What she does is she picks up and she sits there and says, hello, how are you? My name is Rachel. I'm like, no, don't talk to them. But she doesn't. She knows better, but she saves them all under Rachel, so she knows that they're calling.
That's great.
I've seen like the guys on YouTube that do the
Yes.
scam baiting.
Oh God,
And
I
like-
love them.
That is so entertaining to watch. They're like the ones where they have like one scammer on one phone and then the other scammer on the other phone, and so like the two scammers are talking to each other, and yeah, it's insane.
I like when they hack in their cameras and they're like, I see you. They're like, no, it's not me. By the way, give me your money. Put the money in the bank account. Are you stupid? You don't know what you're doing? I hate when it's like you're scamming somebody out of money and you're yelling at them. Like,
Yeah.
make that make sense, please.
Way to get scam there, boyo.
Like, they're mad. Like, but that's my favorite part. They drag it on for so long. They're irritating.
Do they think that, for dragging it on, they'd be like, oh, okay, fine, I'll do it. Like,
Well, no, it's the
Yeah.
scammers dragging it. They're like, oh, well, let me look over here. Where's that envelope? And they're like, just click that button.
Yeah, the scam. If any of you guys here in Discord, you guys want a little bit of entertainment, go watch some scam baiting on YouTube.
Yeah, I follow
Yeah,
a couple of them. I think they're great.
Yeah,
They're
they're
awesome.
I would never reach out to them because I'd be afraid they think it's a scam.
It's just funny that's like it's become like a meme just in general to have people ask about your car's extended warranty or this and that. It's everywhere, and I don't know if you guys use Facebook Marketplace or anything like that,
Oh
but
my
now Facebook Marketplace is just nothing but scammers.
Speaking of Facebook Marketplace, I actually sold a guitar case not too long ago. Or tried to. Well, I did sell it, and I sold it to a buddy of mine. But before that, there's a person that hit me up the same day that I posted it, and it was a scammer. I didn't know, and I was sitting there, and they were talking about. Told them how much it was and everything, and then they tried to pull the whole thing of like, "Oh, I sent too much money. Can you send
Mm-hmm.
can you send that money back?" And I'm like, bruh, I don't see it in my shit. So I ain't sending you shit because I ain't got shit to send.
Well,
I meant to send 60, but I sent 600. Oops.
600,000. Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to just go ahead and wire transfer me $599,999.
But that's the thing is, it's like if they try to do that to me, I'll be like, you might as well shoot for the damn stars. Because, I mean, I don't, like, two nickels to rub together, or however they say it. Like, sure, you try to scam me, you'll look at my bank account and go, oh, I'm sorry. Here's some extra.
Yeah, here, I got you.
Reverse scams.
Like, that's why everybody's like, oh, your purse, be careful, your purse. I'm like, what are they going to do? Put money in it? Like, there's nothing there. Well, what
But if
about
that's
your
the case,
IDs? Please
put
steal
money
my
in it.
identity. Raise my credit score. I'd appreciate that. Like, what are you going to do? Make it worse?
Yeah, come on, help your brother out. Help him out. Let's go.
Now, but, and that's the other thing is, like, especially for, if I follow any bigger celebrities, for example, Upchurch or, who else is it? Like, Jelly Roll, anybody like that, right? I suddenly get, hi, I is Upchurch, fan people. What? You're who? And they follow me, and then they message me, and they're like, thank you for being fan. I'm like,
Dude, somebody made I don't know if it's like a fake post-profit account or it's like post-profit updates or post-profit fan page or something, but yeah, I had to block that account. I don't know if it's still up there, but
Was it on Instagram?
yeah, it was on Instagram.
Huh. You remember that one dude that hit us up? That said, there was this dude that hit us up one time, and he said, "I'm Travis Baker from rock music."
what?
That shit killed me. It was like, what?
Travis Baker
From rock music.
Oh my god. Like, they need a better Google Translator.
For real.
I mean, honestly, that's exactly what it is. That's why it doesn't make sense, is because it doesn't translate exactly. And, you know, they really think they're doing a good job, but people aren't paying attention. People just have to pay attention. I was curious, where does your name come from?
Our name? Oh, our band name?
No, your name. I'm kidding.
Oh,
Yes,
my-
your band name.
Oh. Sorry, I registered a little late. I was still in the last part of the conversation. You want the long, drawn out version, or you want the short, sweet, to the point version?
Yes.
So here's a little story about a little band from East Texas that didn't have a band name. So these four guys with their little band sit down, pull up a good old.
Whoa, before you go there, we had a show.
Yeah, we had a show.
2 days out, our very first show, and we all sat there and excited, and it's like, yeah, we got our first show. And then Nick goes, wait a minute, guys, we don't have a band name. Oh shit. Well, what do you do when you don't have a band name?
You have a show in 2 days.
You have a show in 2 days. You go into your roommate's room, you sit down, smoke a shit ton of weed, and you pull up band name generator.
Is that like the stripper name generator, but for bands?
Yeah, actually, I want to say it was like rapper name generator or something. It was like something even like, it was like something pretty shitty, and you like entered keywords and like it would give you this list.
Keywords, how many words do you want your name to be?
We sifted we went through this for about
An hour.
Yeah, a couple of hours. It was like 2 hours probably sitting there going through all this, and literally just a bunch of garbage.
The one right before Post Profit though was the only one I remember out of that besides Post Profit, and it just popped up on the screen and I was like, oh okay, it was the Bride Signals Bukkake. I was like, I don't know if that's actually gonna work or not. So
Bride Signals Bukkake. Yeah, with a name like that, you're definitely not going to be playing any kids' birthday parties anytime soon.
No.
Well, you could just be
might get a show with
BSB.
Steel Panther, but
You could be BSB and wink wink if you know you know. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to tell anybody.
Yeah, the only band you'd be playing with would be Steel
Panther.
Or Rammstein, maybe.
Yeah, Rammstein, yeah.
Yeah.
And then after that, then the legend of Post Profit was born.
But
the band name generator.
The reason why we picked Post Profit is because it was dope. Because it's got that double meaning, you know. It's like after the money, like
That's what I was wondering, if that's what the whole purpose of it was.
You know, like you're chasing the money.
Did not expect it to have been a random generated.
Well, it was
awesome.
was kind of random. I mean, we did enter some like keywords and stuff, but yeah, it was pretty random. I mean, we didn't just sit there and come up with that. Unfortunately, we can't be that, you know, good looking and talented at the same time, so
we did. You got to make ends meet somehow.
That's awesome.
But yeah, it's cool though because a lot of people like that haven't like read the band name or anything like that, or just hear the name of the band, they think it's Post Profit, and it's like,
yeah, it's got that Jesus feel too. It's like, okay, you know, we can go in this whole religious rabbit hole with this name too, like, and I don't know if
we can just plant the bomb there and just let everybody just let it fuck everybody up.
And you know, in Texas, this is the Bible
belt.
Bible country. So you get a lot of people being like, Post Profit, what the hell? Is that some Satan shit? And
Post Profit after you're a prophet.
Yeah. Go.
Like I used to be, but I'm not anymore.
And like people ask me straight up, and I'm like, they're like, so are y'all a Christian band? And I'm like, yeah, look at our van. You see the little outline of the Baptist church right there? There you go.
I mean, do they know how to spell though? I'm just curious.
No.
Okay. Because, you know, the grammar Nazi and me, the one that's like, I will judge your grammar quietly from the corner and give you mean eyes until you fix it. Like the y'all, you know, you all, your stuff, thinks
there, here.
Profit is profit and profit is profit. So, like, you can't make profit. I mean, you could profit off profit, but that's besides the point. It's not the same. That's all I'm saying.
It's not the same. But if you don't know the spelling and you just say the words, then there lies the confusion.
Oh.
I guess. I mean,
I don't know. I mean, I guess so.
But I mean,
sure, we'll give it to them. They can have that one. We'll give it to them.
They can have. Yeah, we'll give them that one.
We'll give them that one.
It's like, damn, do better, keep up.
Well, it depends. Are you going to listen to the song? Cool. All right, cool. You can have that. You can call me whatever you want. Listen to the music.
It's also an alliteration, you know. It's got the double P, which we thought was kind of cool because it's like Foo Fighters, you know. It's got that. It just kind of.
It just rolled off the tongue.
Post Profit.
Like
yeah.
I ended up saying it like to myself and actually, like, having it said in my sleep. Like whenever we had the name idea, because
And it's
not all of us was sold on it at the beginning of it. I was sold on it. I was like, post profit. It sounds pretty fucking dope. And Nick was like right in suit, like right behind me. And it took a while for the others to get on, but like the next day they were all like, okay, yeah, I like this name. So it just stuck.
And it's weird because, like, you know, whenever you're out in public or something, you feel like you hear your name, and it's like not your name at all. I feel like I hear people say post profit randomly now. Like we were out somewhere the other day. I was like, did that person say post profit? But I don't think they did because I know they didn't.
Yeah, we were.
It
was weird. We were walking in the Nothing More show, and we were walking at Southside Ballroom in Dallas, and for some reason, and I know you ain't crazy because I heard it too. We heard post profit while we were walking up, and we're like, what the fuck?
It was something completely different, but it was
completely different. But we were just like, what? Huh? But I wasn't gonna like question and be like, "Who said that?" I was just gonna be
like, "Damn, are we that? Like, we're just like that self-absorbed. We just hear our own band name everywhere we go."
Ooh, that just sounds.
It's like self-affirmations, but from somebody else.
Yeah. It's like when your hallucinations just affirm that you're dope. I don't know. When mental illness is.
Well, I mean, you guys have got to stay away from fiscal meetings because that would be confusing.
Yeah, that would be confusing.
That was a good one, right? That was really bad, I know.
That was good.
I was sitting on that for a minute.
But at this point, you know, we are post profit, but it's kind of devolved into like we're just like the PP dudes, the PP boys, the PP boys, the PP gang, and yeah, I mean,
PP Boys is definitely stuck, and honestly, we've had a lot of people like come up with ideas like y'all should call your fans this or whatever, and none of them were like
the PPs.
We just call people like
somebody was like PP Boys, and we were like PP Boys. It stinks, so fuck it.
We're the PP Boys, and then everybody else is the PP gang, I guess. But,
yeah,
or the Post Profiteers.
Yeah, that one was the one. That one didn't stick.
That just doesn't feel good, you know.
That's too many.
It's like just don't do that. Don't say that, you know.
Do better.
It's like never say that in this band.
Never say that ever again.
Yeah, just don't ever do it.
Knowing fully well that a profiteer is not the same as like a buccaneer, but if for some reason made me think piratey, like R. I don't know why. So
yeah, and that's
we it just used to be. I don't know.
We used to be yarn, and now.
Now we're just eating.
It
used to be
Attention, here we have your fellow failure to eat.
Failure to eat.
We're funny, damn it.
Like legit, I want to get that on a sign from Spencer's, like a sign for your room. You know those little metal signs. It's just like. You know, failure to eat, like a ticket.
Yes.
I got a ticket for failure to eat. Like,
speaking of signs, I don't know if anybody in the Discord that has watched our music videos, in Smother, I don't know if y'all noticed. There's a part in the music video where it pans up to the sign where it says "meth next signal." It was supposed to be the street sign, supposed to be methvin, and they ended up cutting out the "vin" out, so it ended up being meth next signal, and
that's the street our jail is on.
Yeah,
of course it is.
Of course,
it makes all the prints.
Meth. Hey man.
Hey, so the PSA for the day, everybody, is don't do meth.
Don't do it. Meth, just don't.
Oh my god.
You know Nike, just do it. This is Nick, just don't.
See, I get the whole, like, names being, like, there's a thing behind it, but there's not, but there is, but there's not, because my entire platform is about, the podcast is named after a big FU to people, so, like...
Hey, that's the best way to do it, there you go.
I mean, literally, and the whole story is that I used to mod for all these YouTube channels, and when you're in, and I understand this, so don't get me wrong, when you're in a specific artist or content creators discords, and I think I'm still in over 70 at this point. So this was before, so there's even more that I was in. You talk about, like, you don't bring competition in, kind of, but everybody knew I modded everywhere, and so And they'd always say, well, where are you going to be at? Because they're like, well, if you're modding, that means there's a live. If there's a live, that means there's something to do, right? And I kept getting reprimanded. Like, you can't do that. You can't do that. You're not allowed to tell people, because that's basically promotion for other, whatever content creation it was. It doesn't matter what it was. And I was like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to say? I'm in the voice chat saying, bye. They're like, well, hey, stay. I'm like, I can't. And I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be elsewhere. I can't say where I'm going. I can't say what I'm doing, but I'm gonna be elsewhere. So lo and behold, I named my Discord elsewhere. I started the community first, named the Discord elsewhere, because then it's like, where else would you be? If you're not here, you're somewhere else. You're elsewhere, right? So, yeah.
That's sick.
That's sick.
Yeah.
That's actually pretty fucking dope.
So now, anytime people hear the word elsewhere, you'd be surprised how much people use it on a regular basis. Because every time you hear that word, you're going to think about it. And you'd be surprised, because I didn't. It's like when you see the car that you drive all over the road when you buy a new car. Like, you didn't even know anyone else had that car, and now everyone has it because you see them everywhere. It's the same thing. So every time that word, you realize people are saying it constantly. You're like, elsewhere. Yep. All the time.
I do that all the time.
PP.
Oh, gosh. Or you go out here, PP boys! And you're like, well,
I bet
Cover's blown.
cover is blown.
I was going to say, you're probably a big hit with, like, the toddlers.
Mm.
That was another really bad joke. Sorry.
That's a big oop.
That was a big oop.
I'm going to take myself out of this equation. I'm sorry. Self-reprimand. I'm sorry.
Well, yeah, we were gonna make it. We did have a shirt idea that said post-profit grown folk music.
I would.
It still could be a thing.
I would take any shirt that said grown folk music. I'd be on that in a heartbeat.
Grown folk.
Grown folk music.
Just that grown folk music.
Or post-profit. Somebody's got to do this shit. Us.
Us. By us.
Have a good night, Casey. Enjoy work. But no, it's just funny because I always am curious for people, not their actual names, because obviously, you can probably blame your parents for that. But not always, though. I've learned that the hard way. But like, band names or rap names or whatever, channel names, they always have a story behind them, for good, bad, or indifferent, whether it's fun, boring. And there's As the Structure Fails. They're, I don't know if you know who they are. They're a band. They were the last people on the podcast. They're amazing.
Yeah, we need to check them out.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, they're pretty badass. Appreciate y'all coming through, man. Who is who in the band? If you can see, can you see the YouTube?
Are we on the? Let me pull up the YouTube. Okay. Curious, who is in the band? Okay, so I guess we're gonna go from left to right.
Okay.
So on the left, starting on bass, it's gonna be Jordan Conley, and then it is me, Matt Jackson, in the middle, and then right next to me is Nicholas Horner.
Hello.
He's honored to meet you. And then xxKaTxx.
Just go British.
No introduction. He is the xxKaTxx, the one and only xxKaTxx.
Oh, that's hilarious.
The drummer.
I just like how you guys went British right there, real quick.
Oh, we do that shit all the time.
Yeah.
And sometimes
Studio for a week with these British guys doing it was like a university course for it was like a mixed class with Machine, the producer. And these British guys are there. We always are talking in a British accent, just fucking around. And yeah, we did it probably 20 times in front of them, and it was really embarrassing.
Well, I mean, at least you can do it well, because otherwise you get someone like me who's like completely ratchet accent doing, like, I can't do impressions for nothing. But at least if you can pull it off, right?
I just kept waiting for them to do like a redneck Texas
Texas
impersonation.
What in dark nation? It's funny, but yeah, I mean, they were cool with it. I mean, we just do it because, I mean, let's be honest here. Like, British accents go the fuck off. Like, they're fucking dope. Like, you cannot deny that. Like, who doesn't want to talk in a British accent? Like, it's like we admire these people because they have such a badass accent in the way they talk, and like, it's cool as shit. So,
Well, when I try to speak in a British accent, I end up sounding like Forrest Gump somehow. I'm like, Jenny. Wait, that's not right. Jenny. Like, that's not right.
My name is Forrest Gump. I love Forrest Gump.
I told you I
Bye,
am not good
Forrest.
at impressions at all.
Bye, Forrest. I'll be back when you're a shrimp billionaire and I'm an ex-hooker with AIDS.
Spoiler alert for the movie if anybody hasn't seen it yet. I'm
Yeah.
kidding.
If you haven't seen that movie yet, spoiler alert. You may be a few decades late, but you know, it's okay.
Hold on. No, but I just want to tell you, I appreciate you guys taking this time with us, honestly, because, you know, I've been trying to. I had a lot of like rap artists on before. We actually did a rap competition back in like March. It was a huge hit. It was so much fun. Oh, jamming same sad song now. Oh, there you go.
Sweet.
Crank that shit.
Crank it.
But like we had a lot of rap, and then there's a lot of content creators, and there's, you know, big people, small people. There's some, you know, singers, stuff like that. And then I started bringing authors on, and then I'm like, I'm missing rock and metal. Like, that's what I want, is rock and metal to kind of round out a little bit. The only other thing I haven't done is country. That's the only other thing. But
Country.
yeah,
We got you.
I'm just saying.
There's a lot. I will say that there's a lot of good country artists.
Well, I'm got my sights set on Second Chance. I'm trying. I don't know. I don't think I'll get him, but I'm gonna try. Either way.
Well, you're talking to two dudes that used to be in country band right now.
Okay, well then, can you check both boxes and just speak like that the rest of the time?
And we'll see how it goes.
You guys want to hear a metal version of Tennessee whiskey?
Actually, everybody probably would.
We've done it.
We've done it. All we need now to like perfect it is just to get baritone guitars, you know, like Loathe, and just fucking conquer. You know what I mean? And then we'll be set.
That's awesome. No, I have like a bucket list, but I just wanted, because it was funny, because I actually went on to this thing. It was like, how to make your podcast grow. I'm like, okay, let's see. They said, narrow your niche. And I was like, fuck you. And here I am expanding it. Like,
Yeah, how the fuck you want me to narrow it? What?
they want me to narrow, like, for specific type of people that do a specific type of thing in a specific time. So, like, they say people are more likely to follow you if, like, you don't have multiple things. I'm like, oh, fuck that. No. Because that's not me. I'm going to do what I want to do. Whoever I think is cool as hell that I want to bring on, I'm going to bring them on. As long as they allow me to, because I can't, like, force them. But aside from that, you know, if I think somebody's got great music, I think somebody's a good content creator, if I want people to know who you guys are as people, if I, you know, I'm gonna ask you to be on.
Hell yeah.
It's that simple. And I'm not gonna narrow it like, oh, I can only have independent rap. Oh, I can only have authors. Oh, I can only. That's no fun.
Yeah. Same thing with like doing live shows, you know, more different types of genres playing live shows. I feel like we're kind of starting to see that more, but I think it's super dope. You know, that's what it's about.
Yeah. I think it was as the structure fellas that I was talking to about the live shows, about my little like quirk about how if it's a live performance, I don't want to see it on a screen. I want to see it live. Like, you can't cross those streams there. Just saying. I think that's who I was talking to, because I was trying to remember for the life of me, and I was like, well, duh, they're a band and they do live show. Duh. Okay. But no, I really appreciate you guys, because we've been on for over an hour at this point. Just what was I gonna say? Oh, last thing I was gonna ask you guys. I know you guys were on tour earlier this year, if I'm not mistaken. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, okay, I thought so. Are you guys have any dates planned coming up? Or is that some, are you working like an
We
album
have,
instead?
yeah, well, we have some shows coming up, but we are gonna probably closer to the end of the year be taking just a little bit of time um, to go ahead and finish up the record. But yes, we got a few really cool shows coming up. The September 12th, we're playing with Dropout Kings in Houston, Texas
Woo,
at
I
the
want to go.
Secret Group. Yeah, come out. Let's
I'm
hang
in
out.
Houston. I want to go.
Yeah,
Come on through. Come on. That's gonna be a show you do not want to miss.
I'm
It's
looking for
gonna
my
be a ripper.
sticky notes so I can write it down. Hold on.
Hey, we'll pay for you to get in. I'll send you a link and we'll just cover your ticket to get in. We want to meet you, so we got you.
September 12th, you said?
September
It's a
20th.
Yeah, it's a Monday.
But it's gonna be a good Monday.
It's
Now you have like Good Friday. It's gonna be Good Monday.
That's going to be awesome.
And let's see what else we got coming up.
The one after that, and then right after that, like I think either the following Monday or the Monday after that, we're playing in Tyler, Texas, which is like kind of our hometown. It's kind of a hometown show, but we're playing with Kubla Khan in Tyler, Texas.
And it's gonna be a
That
ripper.
show's gonna be stupid.
That's awesome. I mean, honestly, because I haven't gone
we'll
in
be-
so long. I
We'll
want
be back
so
in
bad.
Houston October 9th.
Yeah, we'll be October 9th. We'll be at Rise Rooftop with Rosie.
I'm ready.
And I think Mirror Lake is playing.
Yeah, Mirror Lake's gonna be there
too.
And let's see, we got another really big show coming up. Oh, big for us anyway. November. When is that? November.
5th?
Oh
No,
shit!
is
Don't
it?
make me lie.
Fuck.
Hold on, folks. I don't want to lie to anybody, so let me see.
Hold the phone.
Okay. November.
Hey, there you go. You guys
Well,
are welcome to play with
November
us.
12th, we're playing with the Toadies in Tyler, Texas.
Oh, I actually know who that is.
Yeah, Possum Kingdom.
Tyler.
That Tyler, you know,
I come from the water.
that one song from Guitar Hero 3, I think, or was it Rock Band maybe? Rock Band 2.
Man, these days people show videos of them playing songs that have been on every fucking game, so I don't even know which one's on which.
Well, there's As the Structure Fell says, you guys are welcome to play with us if you ever want to play the Toronto area.
Oh, let's fucking go!
Yeah.
Let's fucking go! Definitely trying to get out there.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I'm so excited. I have it written down. I'm going to put it on my calendar. I'm like, yes, let's do this. Because, I mean, the next thing I had planned, to be honest, I have a beatbox, what the hell is it called? Competition in Virginia. I'm going to fly out and go meet a bunch of, like, world champion beatboxers.
That's dope.
And one of my closest friends is going to be performing to the beatboxing. He's a rapper, so it's like it's gonna be a whole thing, and I'm stupid excited. And that's not till November, so I would love to go to something local, you know, kind of dip my toe in the water a little bit, but that would be awesome. So
Yeah, come on.
Through. I'm telling you, like, well, first of all, Dropout Kings, their live shows are ridiculous.
I believe it.
What?
I believe
And-
that. Like, I've never been to one of theirs, but I believe that they are.
Yeah, they got the whole trap metal vibe. They got everybody bouncing. Like, I'm ready to party with those dudes for real.
Yeah. Oh, that'll be awesome.
As the structure fails, we just followed you dudes on IG. We'll link up.
No, they're awesome. They're good. They're good guys. They were on the last podcast. We had a blast. So, told
Hell
you,
yeah.
bringing that rock and metal, man. I'm here for it.
That's what's up.
But I do have to get off here. I have to work. I have to clock back into work for about 3 more hours tonight. Fun. And I just wanted to thank you guys for taking the time to hang out with us and, you know, share part of, you know, who you guys are and about your band and, you know, what you guys are doing and, you know, have a couple laughs. Honestly, appreciate it.
Thank you for having us. This has been a great fucking time. I really enjoyed this. This was awesome.
Hey, and anytime, it's an open invitation. You guys ever have something coming up where you want to hop on? I don't care if it's for 20 minutes. I don't care if it's, you have a subject, or if you have something something that's coming out, or release, or you want to put it in the Discord, or you want us to push it. You just give me a heads up, let me know. And
Sounds good.
I do
So
that.
much.
I might be small, but I be mighty. I'll push it out
Hey,
there.
Smallest are the mightiest.
Thank you so much for having us. It's been dope.
Absolutely. And we're probably going to get out of here, you guys. Appreciate everybody that's come through, everybody that's listening in the future. Remember to jump in the Discord, check out their YouTube channel, check out their music. It's in the description below. And, yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, we'll see you soon.
Soon, make it out to the live show for playing in your area.
Yeah, absolutely. Go check them out if they're touring with you. Check out their website. I'm going to add that to a comment so that they can check that out, because I think you have tour dates on there. And if I make it to that show, I'll be posting all about it. So
Awesome.
But yeah, appreciate you guys, and we're gonna get out of here, everybody. Have a good night for the Mondayest Monday, Tuesday ever. All right, guys, we're out.
All right, y'all have a good one.